Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Girlfriend, 27, me guy28. She's been cheating on me since February. We own a house together. Needs support. NSFW. Backstory: she went out with her friends for Galentine's Day girls' dinner in February and left her number on the receipt for the waiter. She told me about it the day after it happened and I let it go. I found out a week ago when she never came home from going out to dinner with her girlfriends. I fell asleep on the couch and woke up in the middle of the night and she wasn't home. I saw her suitcase and work bag still in our room. This was really weird because she had a flight early in the morning for her work trip and she still wasn't home. I called her and couldn't reach her. I called her brother and he said she wasn't home. It is around 3 a.m. now and I start to drive around town looking for her car thinking she might be in trouble. Drove around for a bit and her brother did the same. I ended up going to her friend's house and waking her friend up at 3:45 a.m. She said she hasn't seen her since she left the bar and then she called her. My girlfriend answered and her friend said that I was looking for her and wanted to make sure she was okay. My girlfriend said she was drunk and fell asleep in a parking lot. Which didn't make any sense to me because I would have picked her up or she could Uber. Or even stay at her friend's house. Her friend hugged me and said I'm so sorry and that's when it hit me. I meet her at home now around 4:30 a.m. and I ask her what happened. And she said she got too drunk and just fell asleep in the car and then she got kinda mad that I was looking for her and that her whole family was too. Everyone was thinking she was in trouble. Then she told me she was at the waiter's house who she left her number for. She told me she hooked up with him once when I went on a ski trip back in early March. I was broken. I told her to leave the house and stay with her parents till I can think. Same day she drops off a letter and some food her mom made on the front step and left. The letter said how sorry she was and how she tarnished our relationship and that she is looking forward to talking to me in a week to see if we can work things out. She also said she cut ties with this guy. I find out who the guy is and get all the information I can. Turns out they first hooked up in February 2nd, days after she left the number on the receipt, and that he has been to my house when I've been at work and they have sex. She used my truck to see him sometimes. Also they would go on the beach and hook up. This makes me sick to my stomach. He is 42 and has a 17-year-old daughter. He said she told him that she broke up with me 2 months ago when she started talking to him. He told me all the details and how she begged him to come inside her. I have the texts and it makes me sick. I fucking don't understand. I'm so broken. We own this house together and have been dating for over 4 years. She would always send me wedding rings. She even sent them to me when she was with this guy. Why the duck would she do that? I was planning on proposing this summer. I'm a complete mess. As I write this, she's with him tonight and she just keeps lying to me. Even after you confronted her, she lied. Then you talked with the AP and he told you all the details. Now he is still welcoming her back over after all that. She is being used, so you know that won't last. As for you, I'd say get a lawyer and start getting your stuff in order. Don't lose your self-respect for their disrespect. The app might be lying too. Just because he likes her. Could be. I was thinking the AP is probably getting off on the power trip he is getting from this also. Both the AP and the GF are trash either way. Someone said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Your head and heart knows the truth. Time to make her a memory before she becomes a problem. Leave her with her AP, they are both garbage people. You take trash out, not bring it into your home. He has no reason to lie. He's too old for Op's girlfriend, he knows it'll end. App is just using her for the younger girl's thrill. App knows he has that chick on his palm. Did you guys not read that she begged him to come in her? No one worries about losing a person that cheats and begs the other guy to come inside her. She's a cum dump for the app at this point. There's a chance he is lying too. Told a man or not. He offered to provide proof with his statements. Showed up text messages. If you make statements with texts to back it up, you obviously don't fear anything. The simple fact he filled in the pieces for up with text messages just to prove to him things that without those texts would be hard to believe. If this woman went as far as pursuing a 40-year-old waiter and actually creating opportunities to cheat, all that tells me AP is being honest. Let's see his perspective. He knows this relationship is over. She's young and obsessed with him. He obviously does not care for her like she does for him. Remember, she sacrificed her relationship for him while he has nothing to lose. He experiences what most men can't do at 40, and that is get a younger woman without paying for her as he's a waiter. In my opinion, he's trying to help up. If AP cared about her, he'd have her leave up to start a relationship with him. Meanwhile, AP is keeping her as a cum dump while she's asking up for another chance. This is as clear as day. AP is being honest. Do not put doubt in Op's mind about it. Pointing finger, pointing finger, pointing finger, this Op. Dump her for good. Dump her for your health. And dump her from your life. Let her and her prick be gross all by themselves. You can find and deserve better. And get that truck a deep clean. Preferably with holy water. As I write this, she's with him tonight and she just keeps lying to me. It's over, my man. The girlfriend you once knew is gone. You were right to kick her out, now kick her out of your life for good. Get tested for STD first and then talk to a lawyer about house and property. There is no ducking comeback from this dude. She showed her true colors, so don't be a fool and fall for her tears and apologies. Just tell her it's over and move on. Sell the house and if possible change the job and just ghost her. Save the bill from the lawyer and deduct half the cost from her half. Yep, she was begging him to finish inside of her, so clearly there was no protection, or she wanted no protection too. See a lawyer about selling the house ASAP. Once it's sold, ghost her. Keep all vehicle keys with you so she can't use your truck. You deserve better and you will find it. He can buy her half of the house if he wants to stay. It's like the person I fell in love with doesn't even exist. I don't even know who this person is. She's never lied to me before. I'm still in complete shock. I'm actually really ducked up. I can't think straight. I haven't slept. I've been going to work but I just feel so numb. You're young. You got time to move on. You deserve to be treated better. She is so callous to you right now. No respect for you. It will happen again and again. I will never understand where this callousness that some women show to the men that love them comes from. Narcissistic assholes, man or woman. Goes for both sexes really. Usually a combination of bratty, vain, narcissism, entitlement, sex appeal comes too easy type of personalities. It's the prolonged affair types that really are sociopaths about it. Mentally they are building the case they deserve it and shouldn't feel guilty the entire time. This is exactly how I feel, mate. It totally messes with your head. There's a lot of good advice on this sub. It helped me a lot. We're basically grieving for the women we knew, the life we shared and the futures we had planned. It's almost 4 weeks since kicking her out, and while it's mostly hellish, it does start getting easier. Having a routine, eating well and exercise have helped me. I've seen my mates a lot and socialized much more than I normally would. It might be a long haul and look helpless just now, but you can get through this. My ex did something very similar. Ripping up the engagement ring designs she hand drew felt impossible, but I had no reason to keep them. As you said, the person you fell in love with doesn't exist. You thought she was honest, but she wasn't. You thought she was loyal, but she wasn't. And you thought she cared about you more than other men, but she didn't. You're gonna be messed up for a while. I lost weight, slept for 2 to 3 hours at a time before waking up sobbing, and couldn't focus at work. That stage lasted about 2 months. I'm a year out now and much of the grief has subsided, but a portion lingers. Read the resources you find here and elsewhere. Get a therapist and talk to them weekly. Sorry you're on this journey. It's a long one, friend. I was in the same mindset, and the truth is, it is true. The person you fell in love with doesn't exist, and the idea of her is dead. You have two choices: 1, leave; 2, work on this together, and potentially fall in love with a new person, the person she becomes. But this won't be easy, since she is in the affair as we speak. Step 2 only really works if both people want it, and are prepared for the pain ahead. OP, in a very real way, she never existed. You fell in love with an idealized image of her, a common enough phenomenon. The real her is what you see now. Keep repeating this out loud in private: she was always capable of this. I fell in love with a woman who sleeps with random bartenders and lies to me. Make it a habit, silly as it sounds, and really soon your perspective on her will change. You will develop indifference towards her, which can really help your head stay clear. Very fortunately, the biggest entanglement is the mortgage. She might have done you a long time favor by being caught before you got married. Imagine having to work out custody with someone you can't stand the sight of. In the meantime, stay separated for as long as it takes for you to come to terms with what she did. It's okay to grieve the relationship, but you will need to be around her to divide finances. This is the way. Op needs to remove himself emotionally from the situation and look at it as if her were on the outside looking in, and that she is a chameleon. A person who behaved and acted a certain way around him for whatever benefits she got out of it. And that she was always capable of doing this. Op needs to view her and her actions from a distance as if she were a total stranger and as if a third person is telling him about her actions and behavior, and he needs to tell himself, I would never want a friend or girlfriend who did those kinds of things. The person you thought she was, is the person she wanted you to see, but make no mistake, this version of herself is the real her. It happens, all we can do is cut our losses, heal with time, and move on. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.